I was homeschooled for 9 years. I went to a small private school after that, where I graduated top five in my class out of six. I grew up in a fundamentalist church and I was always a committed Christian, but over time I began to have questions and the answers I was given were not very compelling. The goal was never to leave my faith, it was always to go deeper. I wanted to be the best follower of Jesus I knew how to be, and these questions were not going away. Was a loving God also sending people to burn in hell forever? How does that add up? And why are so many Christians yelling at people that aren't like them? I was taught about God's strict design for sex. My faith tradition was very clear. Nothing until you are married. And honestly, as a teenager, I did what they asked. I believed they were standing on a truth that God commanded. But in 2016, something happened. I watched those same Christians who taught me about these strict sexual ethics throw them away in support of a politician. It was a really weird thing to see people I knew who taught me about these clear standards throw all of their support behind someone on his third marriage and who was featured on the cover of Playboy magazine. I was beginning to grow really uncomfortable. And then I saw the murders of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor happen, and I could not believe the response by so many Christians I knew and loved. People who tried to justify what happened to these humans made in God's image. I really had no words. How could these people claiming to love Jesus and to serve Jesus, the person always reaching out to the marginalized and the poor, the Jesus always offering a better way forward, how could those people retweet other people that were laser focused on dehumanizing George Floyd? I could no longer look away from what I was seeing. I was watching my friends and pastors and faith leaders begin to justify their anger and hate by claiming a Jesus I no longer recognized. Over time, I became more and more uncomfortable with the direction of my faith tradition and started to seriously wonder, are we on the wrong side? So I said to myself, we need a new evangelical movement, which led to starting the New Evangelicals. I really believe that we need to reclaim the tradition and we must push the church forward. I want to be as faithful to Jesus as I know how. And unfortunately, in my view, the evangelical church is only stepping farther and farther away from Jesus and not closer and closer to him. The church faces a critical moment and we must find a better path forward in our faith.